I'm Dr. Kristen R. Bromley. This Guitar 101 series, which is part of my online music academy, is a beginner through intermediate level guitar course similar to the in-person ones I teach at the university. The course progresses from complete beginner through gaining capability in playing songs in various styles and covers playing chords and melodies and reading chord symbols, tablature, and standard music notation. With the Guitar 101 course, we use 3 of the books from my method book series: Chords and Harmony books 1 and 2, Note Reading books 1 and 2, and Tablature, which are all available for purchase through Amazon and Google Play. Links can be found in the description below or at kristenbromley.com. You are of course welcome to participate in this course with or without the books, but with the books you can play right along with me on all the songs and exercises as intended. Plus, each book comes with exclusive access to additional hours of in-depth video lessons that go with each part of that book. If you find this Guitar 101 series helpful, please like the videos and subscribe to the channel. Alright, let's get to jamming in this week's lesson. Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Bromley. Welcome to my online academy. We are in lesson 14 of the Guitar 101 course, so this is great. Gotten quite a ways through in this case, learned all the basic chords. So in this lesson, we're going to continue with the review and strengthening of our playing with those basic chords. So we're going to do a little bit of that first. We'll also review some of the bar chords we've started working on. In this lesson, we'll work on new bar chords today. We'll also continue to work with the add 9 chords. So we added that last time, the C add 9. So today we'll do C add 9. We'll also do G add 9. So a little bit more there. We'll continue to work on finger picking. We'll review some of our patterns, and we'll do some new ones, and we'll continue to work with the tablature and notes. So it's going to be great. Let's go ahead and just jump in here with our review with the chords. So we're going to start on page 24, and we're going to do numbers 1 and 2. We're going to start with number 1, London Bridge. So let's just first play this with the down, down, up, up, down, up strumming pattern. This ought to be a nice little review here. 1, 2, ready, and London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. Great, let's warm up that finger picking now. So last time we learned this pattern P-I, P-I-M-A-I, P-I-M-A-I. So the M and A that are underlined here, they happen at the same time. So P-I-M-A-I, P-I-M-A-I. Let's do that one with London Bridge. Pattern happens twice per measure. So 1 and 2 and ready and go. And London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. It's a short one. Let's also review with P-I-M-I-A-I-M-I as well. It should be a familiar pattern. Thumb, index, middle, index, ring, index, middle, index. Here we go. 1 and 2 and ready and go. And London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. Okay, on to Flow Gently, Sweet Afton. We're in 3/4 time. We're going to go down, down, up, down, up. Down, down, up, down, up. Flow, so I'll give us that pickup and we'll be in Flow Gently, Sweet Afton, among thy green braes. Flow gently, I'll sing thee a do this one with the 3/4 pattern, P-I-M-A-M-I. So P-I-M-A-M-I. Thumb, index, middle, ring, middle, index. P-I-M-A-M-I. 1 and 2 and 3 and. So here we go. Flow gently, sweet Afton, among thy green braes. Flow gently, I'll sing thee a song in thy praise. My Mary's asleep by the murmuring stream. Flow gently, sweet Afton, disturb not her dream. Okay, let's flip on over to page 26 now. We'll start with Wildwood Flower. With this one, we'll practice with the capo. So we're going to put it on at the 5th fret. So we'll just stick it there. And we're going to go down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. We got the pickup measure, so I'll give us 3, 4, 1, 2, oh, wow, and we'll be in. So 3, 4, 1, 2, oh, wow, twine with my mingles and waving black hair, with the roses so red and the lilies so fair, and the myrtle so bright with emerald blue, the pale and the leader and eyes look like blue. Okay, let's try it a little bit faster. 3, 4, 1, 2, oh, I'll twine with my mingles and waving black hair, with the roses so red and the lilies so fair, and the myrtle so bright with emerald dew, the pale and the leader and eyes look like blue. Okay, we'll do the Mockingbird song. So, same strumming pattern, but we'll take off that capo. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, up, 3, up, 4, up. 1, 2, ready, and hush, little baby, don't say a word. Papa's gonna buy you a mockingbird, and if that mockingbird won't sing, Papa's gonna buy you a diamond ring. Okay, we'll do that with the finger picking. First, the P-I-M-A-I, P-I-M-A-I. So, P-I-M-A-I. 1 and 2 and ready and go, and hush, little baby, don't say a word. Papa's gonna buy you a mockingbird, and if that mockingbird won't sing, Papa's gonna buy you a diamond ring. Great. Now we'll do it with P-I-M-I-A-I-M-I. P-I-M-I-A-I-M-I. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and hush, little baby, don't say a word. Papa's gonna buy you a mockingbird, and if that mockingbird won't sing, Papa's gonna buy Okay, let's flip on over to pages 28 and 29 now. We're going to do Midnight Special here first. So down, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. Well, you, so you got 1, 2, ready, and well, you wake up in the morning, hear the ding dong ring, go marching through the table, see the same old thing, knife and poker on the table, nothing in my pen, and if they say a thing about it, you're in trouble with the man at the midnight special. Shine its light on you. Let the midnight special shine its ever-loving light on you. Okay, let's go over and do number 2, Down in the Valley. So go down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Here we go. Down, 1, 2, 3, down in the valley, valley so low. Hang your head over, hear the wind blow. Hear the wind blow, dear. Hear the wind blow. Hang your head over. Hear the wind blow. Okay, we'll do finger picking 3/4 time. P-I-M-A-M-I. P-I-M-A-M-I. So 1 and 2 and 3 and down in the valley, valley so low. Hang your head over, hear the wind blow. Hear the wind blow, dear. Hear the wind blow. Hang your head over. Hear the wind blow. Okay, on top of Old Smoky, we'll do the strumming first. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. On top of Old Smoky. So 3, 1, 2, on top of Old Smoky. All covered with snow. I lost my true lover, 4 chords and too slow. 4 chords in his pleasure, and part in his grief. But a false-hearted lover is worse than a thief. Okay, so we'll flip on over now to page 66 and 67, I should say. Pages 66 and 67. We'll work a little bit with the bar chords that we worked on. But before we get into a B flat, we're going to do F and C7 first. So you can review that 6-string bar chord for the F, where we're playing all 6 strings. If you need to, you can continue to play the 4 strings, but it's a good idea to start trying to get that strength built up to play all 6 strings. It's going to pay off later. So here we are with The Whole World in His Hands. You can also review C7 if you need to. So we've done C7 a little bit. So Whole World in His Hands, we're going to go down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. He's got the, we'll be in. He's got the whole world in his hands. 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 Okay, let's repeat it again. 1, 1, 2, 3. He's got the whole world in his hands. 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 Okay, we'll go over and do number 3 on page 67. Skip to my Lou. Same chords, same strumming pattern. Lost my partner, 1, 2, ready, and lost my partner, what'll I do? Lost my partner, what'll I do? Lost my partner, what'll I do? Skip to my Lou, my darling. Skip, skip, skip to my Lou. Skip, skip. Skip, skip to my Lou, skip to my Lou, my darling. Alright, let's try just a little bit faster. Lost my, 1, 2, ready, and lost my partner, what'll I do? Lost my partner, what'll I do? Lost my partner, what'll I do? Oh, skip to my Lou, my darling. Skip, skip, skip. Skip, skip to my Lou, skip, skip, skip to my Lou, skip to my Lou, my darling. Okay, now let's review B flat that's written there on page 66. So, we can play it with the bar with the ring finger and mute that top string. You can also put fingers 2, 3, and 4 and try and get that high one to ring. I play it both ways. I only play it with 2, 3, and 4 when I need that top string to ring. Most of the time I'm grabbing it with the bar with the ring finger in addition to the bar with the index. Okay, we're going to flip on over to page 70 though and do number 10, practicing with B flat and adding B flat to the game here. So we got Rockin Robin as a review. We're going to play through the first 5 lines, and we have a first ending at the end of that 5th line. We go back and we do it again for the next line of lyrics. This time, though, when we get to the end of the 5th line, we skip those last 2 bars of the first ending, go on to the 6th line and play the bars of the second ending. We continue on for the next 3 lines until we get to that measure. Then there's a break, a space, and up above it says D, C, Al coda, which means we're going to go back to the top, and it says to do the first verse, so we're going to do the first verse, and we're going to play all the way until we see to coda, which happens right before that first ending on the 5th line, and then we jump to the end of the song, the coda, marked there, the last 2 measures for this particular song. We go down, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, 3, 4. He rocks in the treetop all the day long, hopping and a bopping and a singing his song. All the little birds on Jaybird Street love to hear the robin going tweet, tweet, tweet. Rockin' Robin, tweet, tweet, tweet. Yeah, Rockin' Robin, tweet. So with that practice with the chords, we'll go ahead and take a break from chords. Let's go over and do some tablature now. Okay, so in the tablature book, we're going to be on pages 36 to 43. Starting on page 36, we're going to do numbers 46 through 55. So we're going to do some review of 46 through 49 from last time, and then we're going to do some new ones. So we're actually going to do quite a few today. I hope it's fun. I hope tablature is getting easier. It should be. So right now we're just going to be doing some things with some rhythms, and that's the newest part. But really we've been staying on these top 3 strings for a while. Should be getting pretty comfortable with that, at least locating where the notes are. Okay, and as a reminder, we're really trying to use our ear, our aural skills, our intuition on these melodies. And so if it's not a melody that you're familiar with, it'd be good to listen to me play it first, then go back and try and play it with me. Or listen to me play it, then try and play it on your own. And ultimately we could play it together. So, okay, let's start with 3 blind mice. We got 1, 2, ready, go. 4, 4, 4. Okay, let's do shorten and bread, number 47. After we get done with the last measure on page 36, we got to go over to the top of page 37 and continue from there. So here we go. 1, 2, ready, and... rest. Rest. And 4. Okay, Worried Man Blues comes in on beat 4 in the pickup, so I'll give us 3-beat count in, and then we'll be in. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3, rest. Okay, let's turn over to page 38. We'll do Rockin Robin. So we just sang that one, but we're in a different key this time, so it's going to be a little bit different. We got to watch. The roadmap basically works the same as the other one did with the first and second ending, and then this time it's written as a DS all coda, which means go back to the sign. So we see that sign at the top written over the first measure. It looks like an S with a little diagonal line and a couple dots. So we go back to the DS, fancy S there, sign, and then play it to the coda. So it's going to work out the same as when we were singing it just a minute ago. But be sure that when you get to the bottom, to the end of the measure, to the last measure on page 38, that we go over to the top of page 39. Then we got to jump back. So we're going to jump back and forth a little bit. Okay, so you're going to have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we forget the pickup note on the and of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. Rest of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Three, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Polly Wally Doodle. So we're just going to go ahead and read right through it. This comes in on 4 and. So we're going to 1 and 2 and 3 and. Rest. Rest. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. Rest. Okay, let's turn on over to page 40. Now, I haven't said it for a little while, but as a reminder, with each one of these books used in the Guitar 101 course, they all come with their own lessons, which are far more in-depth than what this course does or any of the courses do that I teach in person. So if you want more detailed lessons or spend more time working on each exercise or each song at various tempos, then you can look at the front of the book, get the QR codes for the lessons that come with each of the books. So that's out there as an option if you want to hear it slower, play it slower right along with me, or play it faster. You get some different tempos in the case of the Chords and in the case of the Tablature book. Chords and Harmony does various things as well, but each of the books have their lessons. Okay, so we're going to do La Bamba. This one is probably familiar. So that's how it starts out. So right there in the pickup, basically a whole measure of pickup before we hit the main measure, the main bar number 1, where the form of the song starts. We got through and we got the first and second endings. Then we're going to go on to lines 3 and 4. where you're also going to run into on line 4 another first and second ending. So it gets a little confusing with this one because basically you got to find the last place where a repeat bar faces the other direction, so the forward facing. So for this song, that's all the way back to that first main, the first full measure of the song. At it looks like bar 2 as well as the song was written. So basically the way this is going to work is we're going to play through the first and second lines. We're going to take the first ending and then repeat back to that first line. Then as we come through, we're going to take the second ending. We're going to go on to line 3, and line 4 we're going to hit that new first ending, and it's going to bounce us all the way back to that second measure on the first line where we see that repeat bar. We're going to play through and do the first and second ending again within those first 2 lines. Going on, then do the third line and the fourth line, and this time on the fourth line we'll take the second ending, which is where we end the song. Okay, so la 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 Bamba. I'll just give us a 4-beat count in. We're going to come in on the and of 1 in the next measure. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 3, 4, rest. 3, 4, rest. 3, 4, rest. 3, 4, a rest. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, on. 3, 4, first ending. 3, 4, on. 3, 4, a second ending. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 3, 4, done. Okay, so there's some fun with that one. It's a great one. Let's go over and do number 52, My Old Kentucky Home. This one just has 1 first and second ending, so we ought to be able to follow that. The first ending begins at the end of the second line, but continues to the first measure of the third line, so you gotta watch. That's where the repeat back to the first full measure happens. We got 1 beat pickup on beat 4, so I'll give us a 3-beat count in. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, rest. 2, 3, rest. 2, 3, rest. Okay, Let's turn on over to page 42. We'll do Kumbaya. This should be an easy one. So we're going to have rest 2 and then 3, 4 in the pickup measure. So I'll give us 3, 4, 1, 2. 3, 4, 1, 2. Rest 2. 3, 4, rest 2. Rest 2. 3, 4, rest 2. Rest 2. 3, 4, rest 2. 3, 4, 1, 2, off. Okay, so with number 54, Sailing, Sailing, we're going to sort of have that tripletized feel because we're in 6/8 time. So it's going to be like 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a. And so on. So we'll go ahead and do that. It's going to be on both pages 42 and 43, so note that when you get to the end of that second line, we got to continue over to the next page. Here we go. 1 and a 2 and a. 2 and. Okay, we'll finish off with number 55, The Cowboy's Lament. This one shouldn't be too hard. Should be somewhat familiar because we've done this a few times with chords. So, though we're in a different key here, but 3 and 1 and 2. So 3, 4 time. We come in on beat 3. I'll give us 3, 1, 2 in the pickup. 3, 1 and 2 and. Okay, let's do some chords again now. Okay, so back in the chords, we're going to be on page 111. We're going to go 111 through 114 as we look at the add 9 chords. A reminder before we do that, that on page 111 it shows that there's multiple ways to voice a chord. So we can play, for example, the C chord there has C, E, and G, or C, E, G, C, or C, E, G, C, E, or it's not possible to play physically, but C, G, C, E, G, just different versions of the C chord. So there's different ways to voice these chords. There we have an example. We didn't look at it last time at E7 like we know versus this E7 that requires 4 fingers. The newer E7 voicing is a little bluesier, so occasionally that one will get used instead of the E7 that's probably the most commonly used one that we know. And then over there we did learn about this last time. We've got the G chord that we've been playing through most of the lesson versus this G chord with 4 fingers on. It sounds sort of open on top because it's got the root, the 5th, the root, the 5th. Sorry, the 5th, the root, the 5th, the root, I should say. On bottom, the root, the 3rd. So that good sound on top with the root and the fifths, that perfect fifth interval. Gives it a very pop or very pop rock sort of sound. So that's especially where that gets used. And as we're playing Gadd9, we want to make sure and use that chord because they work really well together. So just a review there. Now, if you want to go into greater detail in any of these types of chords that I start introducing, so as lessons go on, we'll spend a little bit of time, for example, here with Gadd9 chords, but we'll only learn a couple voicings, some of the most common ones. But if you want to go into greater detail, use the videos that come with the book. Those lessons will go over everything in the book, whereas in 101, we just do a little bit of introduction as you're going on some of the things you might run into other types of chords. So on page 112, you want to review the Gadd9 voicing. And then we're going to go ahead and go over to page 113 and we're going to play number 1. So with down, down, up, up, down, up. That's the strumming pattern we're going to use. We haven't yet learned the strumming pattern that's written up above there. We will in a future lesson though. So, we're going to make sure and use that 4-string G, and then all we have to do to go to Gadd9 is move our index and middle fingers. So we're going to go down, down, up, up, down, up. And let's just repeat that progression. So we'll do it 4 times. 1, 2, ready, and we got G. That's a great review. So now we want to look at Gadd9 as a new one. Back to page 112, we'll see that there. A couple things in review. So the Gadd9 chord, what is this? Well, we see the theory of it written up above. The 9th is the second step of the scale, an octave higher. So in the C major, we could keep going into a second octave. So this chord has 1, 3, 5, and then it's got step 2, an octave higher. So that's what the Gadd9 voicing is. So we're going to do a Gadd9 now. And you can see there in the open position chords how to play Gadd9. This is just one voicing option for these. There's multiple ways to play it. On the right side you'll see the movable shapes. So those are bar chords. We haven't gotten into how to play bar chords all over the neck yet, but we will in future lessons. But for right now, we're just going to go over these types of chords in first position where we may run into them. If you want to get into the bar chords, then use those videos that come with the book. Okay, so we've added Gadd9. With the Gadd9 voicing, if you're used to fingering index, middle, and ring, all you got to do is take your index finger, move it to the 3rd string in that 2nd fret. We're going to mute the 5th string with Gadd9. We still have a B in the chord on the 2nd string, so we're okay. Once you've got that one figured out, we need to go over to page 113 and play E minor Gadd9. So 9th chords can happen, the Gadd9 can happen with minor chords or major chords. It's more common with major chords. The chord symbol for major chords will just have the root, and then add 9, that little phrase. With the minor chords, we're going to see add 9 probably in parentheses, because if we have a lowercase m, it would say mad 9, and that would be kind of strange. So I have the parentheses to separate that. You could also, though, potentially see it with a dash, and then just add 9. You might also occasionally run into a chord symbol that just says add 2. So that would be less common, but you may see that. And you may even see where somebody's just written 2, like C2 or C minor 2, and then that's add 9. So chord symbols aren't 1000% universal, and sometimes people just start writing them away, songwriters and so on, and it gets picked up. So I've occasionally run into seeing the root with the number 2 when people are meaning add 9 as that. And so I don't personally use that version, C2, because it feels like sus. My sus land where I'll see a sus 2, but we're going to learn about sus chords in future lessons too. Okay, so the minor, you can just go ahead and add your pinky. If you're fingering it 2 and 3, you just add your pinky to the 2nd fret on the top string, or index middle, you could add your ring finger, but I just add my pinky. Alright, let's flip on over to page 114. We're going to play number 2. Down, down, up, down, up. We get to work with G add 9, C add 9, and we've even got an E minor add 9 thrown in there. So down, down, up, 1, 2, up, 3, up. A 1, 2, 3. A 1, 2, 3. Once more, a 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's go on to number 3. So with this one, we're going to repeat the first line. You see that it repeats there. We're going to repeat the second line. We've got repeats at the beginning and ending of that line. We're going to also repeat the first 4 measures of the last line before we play the final chord. When we're playing a G in this one, we want to go ahead and play the 4-string G. So 4-string G meaning 4 fingers on strings. And then we do, it's actually 6 strings that's being used, but we're going to use that newer pop rock sort of voicing for G, and that works well with our C add 9. We're going to go down, down, up, up, down, up. 1, 2, ready, and... kind of fun. Let's play just that first line a few times using Gadd9 instead of G. So I have Gadd9. We're going to have the Cadd9 and the D. One more time. Here we go. Gadd9. We're going to have Cadd9 and D. Repeat. Gadd9. Cadd9. D. One more time. We got the Gadd9. Cadd9. And D. And we'll end on Gadd9. Okay. Let's go do some finger picking now. We're going to be on page 64 with pattern number 18. So we can just flip right on over there. Pattern number 18 builds on what we did last time and what we reviewed earlier in this lesson with the number 15, which is P-I-M-A-I, P-I-M-A-I. So with number 18, we're going to have P-I-M-A-I, and then we're going to go ring, middle, index, ring. So P-I-M-A-I-A-M-I-A. We're adding A-M-I-A, or ring, middle, index, ring, to the end of what we were doing before with the first half, we should say, of number 15. It's the same. So P-I-M-A-I-A-M-I-A. Thumb, index, middle, ring, index, ring, middle, index, ring. P-I-M-A-I-A-M-I-A. Just get that going on A minor, or E minor. Sorry. No hands on. Speed it up a little bit. This pattern is great for 4/4 time, especially measures that have one chord per bar. And then when there's two chords per bar, we can just do number 15, where we have that first half of the pattern done twice. Let's play over on page 65 then. Numbers 1 through 4. We'll skip number 5. We'll do numbers 6 and 7. So we'll start out with number 1. Just get that pattern kind of going. 1, 2, here we go, and E. A, E, B7, B7, E. Let's go on to A, do it a little faster. D, A, E7, A, D, E7, Stop there for a moment. I'll remind us that with the G chord, with finger picking, we've just been working on this new G that uses 4 fingers. With finger picking, we want to use the G that only uses the 3, because if we don't, we won't get the third of the chord. It won't be heard. since we have it down low, but with fingerpicking, we need to use that 3-finger G so we make sure and have it up top, otherwise it's a different sound. Now there might be an occasion where this voicing would get used in an arrangement, but in general practice, we're going to use that 3-finger G when we're fingerpicking so that we get the B in there, the third of the chord. Okay, let's do number 6 and number 7. So minor, 1 and 2 and ready and go, and to A minor, E minor, B7, E minor, A minor, B7, E minor, going on A minor, D minor, A minor, E7, A minor, D minor, E7, A minor. Alrighty. Okay, so we're going to go now and work on the note reading. Okay, so in the note reading for today, we're going to start on page 27 and do numbers 5 and 6. So number 5 is sort of a scale pattern. These are great because we get to practice stepwise motion, change of direction within the stepwise motion, and then we get to do some skips, which is all the types of things that happen in songs. So when we master little scale exercises like this one called note racing, then it helps us with our reading in melodies, because the types of things we practice here happen in melodies. So we're just going to go ahead and try it nice and slow. 1 and 2 and ready and go, and we have D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, back to G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, and D up to G, F, E, F, skip to B, A, G, A, skip up to D, C, B, C, skip up to F, E, skip up to G, skip down to B, D, C, G, B, A, F, E, G, F, D, E, A, G, F, E, D, 2, 3, 4. Now, if that was really tricky for you, then you go to the measures that were hard and you just practice that over and over, or the changes that were hard. But let's say on the third line, that first measure, that A to that D really got me, then I want to practice that measure over and over. A up to D, C, B, and I just do it over and over. So it's unusual at this rate for me to mess up, but if I was working on a song, I could read through it, and if I got to a spot that wasn't working, that I wasn't playing right, then I practice that over and over and make sure I get it accurate. I create these sort of pathways from my brain down the nervous system that say, hey, this is how it's done to my muscles and tendons, ligaments in the hand and in the arm, the wrist and everything. And it says, okay, this is how I'm going to do it. And I just practice that over and over. I'm going to play it a little bit faster again. 1, 2, ready, go. And you got D, G, F, E. Pretty tricky. Okay, let's do some of these songs. So we're going to do number 6, Stephanie. Comes in on beat 4 in the pickup measure. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3, rest. Okay, we'll turn over to page 28. We're going to do numbers 7 and 8. These should all be a review now. So it comes in on beat 4 in the pickup measure. I'll give us a 3-beat count in. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3, off. Okay, let's do number 8. We ever pray for thee. 1, 2, ready, and 3, 4. 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, off. Okay, we're going to go over to page 30 and do number 13. Acres of Clams. Comes in on beat 3 in the pickup measure. I'll give us 3, 1, 2 as our count off. 3, 1, 2. 1, 2. 3, rest, 2. 1, 2. 2, 3, 1, 2, off. Okay, we'll go over and do number 15 on page 31, Amazing Grace. Comes in on beat 3 in the pickup measure as well, so I'll give us 3, 1, 2, and we'll be in. Here we go. 3, 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, Okay, so we'll go over and do the chords as we finish off this lesson. We're going to do a little bit with the bar chords, so let's go there. Okay, so we'll finish off a little bit here with the bar chords. We're going to start on pages 68 and 69 and play some more with F, B flat, and C7. So we'll start with number 7. We're going to go down, down, up, down, up, down, up with the 12 bar blues. When we get to the end of the third line, we will throw that C7 in, and we'll just end with F. We won't actually repeat the chord progression. Here you go. 1, 2, ready, and F. B flat, F, F, B flat, B flat, and F, and F. We're gonna have C7, B flat, and F. We got C7, and we're gonna end there on F. Now it can help to stretch when playing bar chords. I do a lot of stretching. These ones are exhausting. Right now, we have simple concepts. We're working up strength to play them. In future lessons, we'll start doing movable bar chords, which will get us going all over the neck. And they're actually usually easier to play a little bit higher. They're especially easier to play on electric guitar. So if you're learning on electric, you're kind of in luck that way. Okay, so we're going to do number 8 on page 69, My Country 'Tis of Thee. We're in 3/4 time. We've done lots with 3/4 time. The challenge with this particular one is there are measures that have 2 chords per bar. And when we're in 3/4 time, there's 2 places usually that second chord can come. It can come in on beat 2 or it can come in on beat 3. So in measure 3, we're going to see it come in on beat 3. 1, 2, 3. So down, down, up, down, up, down. So it comes in right there. If we take a look at the third line, the second measure, it comes in on beat 2. So 1, 2, and 3, and so 1, 2, and 3, and then in the second to last measure, we actually get 3 chords per bar. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, when we have 3 chords per bar, it is okay to just do 1 strum per chord. Or if you want to keep the strumming pattern going, you can do that too. Down, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, let's go ahead and play My Country 'Tis of Thee. 1, 2, 3. My country 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of a pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside let freedom ring. Good, I assume it's good. If not, you just keep doing it until it gets better. Let's look at Walting Matilda. Down, down, up, down, down, up. Mostly has 2 chords per bar. There are some measures that just have 1. You gotta watch in places like, well, it may only happen once, but right in the middle of the song. So on the third line, at the end of the second measure, we have F for half a bar. Then we have F for a whole bar after that. So we're gonna keep that going. Here we go. Once a jolly swag man. So 1, 2, ready, and once a jolly swag man kept up by a billabong under the shade of a cool lippa tree, and he sang as he sat and waited while his belly boiled. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda. Okay, let's flip on over the pages 71 through 73, and we're going to learn a new bar chord today. We're going to work on B minor. So, B minor, I have it written up here on the board. We've worked on B flat, but now we're going to do B minor. The bar for B minor is 1 fret higher, so the bar happens at the 2nd fret. And then you'll see that this looks an awful lot like A minor. It is like A minor, only we're going higher and putting a bar in front of it. So we're going to put our index finger is going to bar over all 5 strings. I use it also to touch up against that 6th string so it gets muted. So if I strum it, it's no big deal. And then middle finger goes at the 3rd fret. Ring finger goes at the 4th fret, I should say. Middle finger goes at the 3rd fret on the 2nd string. Ring finger and pinky go at the 4th fret, respectively, on strings 4 and 3. So, just like so, and you can see that there in the diagram on page 71. You'll also see simplified versions if you need to use a simplified version. You can just play the top 4 strings, or you can play the top 3 strings and then play the 4th string open. In both of those cases it does work, but there isn't a B on the bottom, so it doesn't quite sound like a root position B minor that we're used to hearing, but you can get away with the simplified versions, which are actually other inversions. Okay, we're going to take and plug this in over on page 72 with number 5, the sloop John B. So we only have to play this chord once. We're going to go from D to B minor. So you can just practice going back and forth from D to B minor. Up for a moment. Then we're going to go from B minor to A. So you can practice going back and forth from B minor to A. And you might not even be able to get it in there, but you can go ahead and give it a shot. We come on the sloop John B. So down, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, 3. We come on the sloop John B. My grandpappy and me. Round Nassau town we did roam, drinking all night. Got into a fight, B minor. Oh, I feel so broke up. I wanna go home. Let's play it a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3. We come on the sloop John B. My grandpappy and me. Round the Nassau town we did roam, drinking all night. Got into a fight. Oh, I feel so broke up. I wanna go home. Alright, let's do Deep River with down, down, up, down, up, down, up. On this one, we're going to go from D to B minor again and B minor to A. We're going to do a different switch, though, on the second line where we go E to B minor. So you can practice going back and forth from E to B minor. E minor to B minor, sorry. And then we're going to have B minor to G, so you may want to practice that one a couple times. We're going to go down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. This is a bit out of my range, but deep, deep river. I'll do my best. 1, 2, ready, and deep river. I always over Jordan. Oh, deep river, Lord, I want to cross over to campground again. water is wide. So we're just going to go down, down, up, down, up. This one we are going to go from A minor to B minor. So you can practice that shift or that change, chord change. And it goes back to A minor. So it's just between those two chords. Alright, we'll have the water is wide, and we'll be in. The water is wide. I cannot cross over, and neither have our wings to fly. Build me a boat that can carry two, and both shall row my true love and I. Let's take it a little bit faster. The water is wide, I cannot cross over, and neither have I wings to fly. Build me a boat that can carry two, and both shall row my true love and I. Okay, so that wraps us up for this lesson, making great progress. In the next lesson, in lesson 15, we're going to work on note reading, adding in the fifth string. We'll continue to work with the tablature, of course. We're going to continue to work with bar chords, so we'll add G minor in the next lesson. We'll also take a look at suspended chords a little bit in the next lesson, so that'll be sort of our new thing in addition to add 9 chords. So another type of chord or suspension chords, we'll start taking a look at suspended chords, and we'll continue to work on and review strumming patterns and the basic chords. We'll also work on some finger picking, so lots of great things, making great progress if you're getting this far. So keep having fun playing the guitar. I'll see you next time. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. For more in-depth lessons and to progress through a free guitar course, check out my Guitar 101 series on YouTube and my guitar method books, which all come with access to hours of in-depth video lessons. You can find more information about me and my products at KristenBromley.com. Take care.